taking off like a Boeing. If the volume spikes, then it's time to trade. Mighty 90 setting up, it's time to get paid. Navigation trading on the mic, time to get focused. We don't need any indicator, hocus pocus. It's all about the price, just watch it move. Manage your risks so you don't lose. First hour of trading is all we need. Focus on the patience and forget about greed.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's day trading live stream. Today is January 21st on a Wednesday. Markets were down a little bit. Trump started speaking. He's still talking at the World Economic Forum in Davos, and the markets popped up in his talk about Greenland. Primarily, I think the key word was he's not going to use force, is what he was saying pretty adamantly. Anyway, S&P's up 29, NASDAQ's up 106, Russell is up 19, Dow up 106. Gold is a new all-time high, up 2%. Silver's down a little bit, about 1/3%. Notes and bonds a little bit green, 10-year yield down about 0.5%. Oil slightly red. Natty gas on the move again, up another 23% after being up about 24% yesterday. Soybeans and wheat both up more than 1%. Corn up almost 1%. Euro on the pound, pretty flat. Bitcoin down about 1/3%, still below 90,000. With that bounce in stocks, VIX got crushed. It was up about 1.5%. Now it's down 8. Currently at 18.5. The S&P and NASDAQ were kind of chopping around previous day low. They've now bounced up to right at pre-market highs. Is where they've kind of paused. Russell was bouncing around unchanged. It pushed all the way up to previous day high before pulling back a little bit. Biggest movers on my watch list, OKLO's up 7%, Baidu's up 5.5%, PDD up 4%, BABA up 3.5%, so Chinese stocks up. Intel's up 4%. Netflix had earnings. It's down 5.5% now. It was down 7%. APP's down 1.5%. Just a handful of reds coming into the market open. With the big IV contraction, no 1 DTE for me today. No calendars, so no other trades at the open. Just be focused on directional trades here. Chips definitely among the strongest. MU's up a couple percent. AMD had a nice little pop. Got the opening bell in about 20 seconds. Another big moves yesterday and today in gold. Silver kind of taking a break today after taking a new all-time high yesterday. Trump's still speaking, so expect a little volatility at the open. There's the bell. All right, so AMD pushing above pre-market highs. Tesla coming down near unchanged. Same with Amazon. The other one I traded yesterday that I don't trade a lot is SNDK. It gapped up into a new all-time high again this morning. S&DK pulling back a little bit to previous day high. I'm going to start loading up some options on the strongest. Trading the 2 DTE options today. I'm going to load up some 245 calls on AMD to have those ready. SMC also strong. SMCI also strong. IWM popping up to previous day high. So AMD definitely the strongest. It's up 4% and pushing above previous day high. Bitcoin's pushing, MSTR's pushing. I'm going to load up some calls in MSTR. Watson's favorite. It's pushing above pre-market highs as we speak. If I trade MSTR, it will be the 165 calls. S&P, NASDAQ kind of dipping. IWM getting rejected at previous day high again. Bring the chip stocks over here on my screen that you guys can see. You can see SMCI is up 2.5%. ARM is up 6.5%. ARM's another strong one. Let me see what the options look like in ARM. Not good. Yeah, I'm not going to trade ARM. I don't even know why I have it on my list. AMD pulling back to previous day high. IWM popping back up. Tezzy getting a nice bounce. AMD is dropping below previous day high now. MSTR staying strong with Bitcoin bouncing. S&DK still coming down. It's in the red now. Seeing some weakness come in on some of these stocks. AMD, pretty decent rejection off that push above previous day high. Intel really strong. It's got earnings here Thursday, I think. It's just kind of chopping near the highs. IWM getting rejected at previous day high again. Amazon dipping below yesterday's low. Microsoft yesterday's low. Google yesterday's low. Netflix is pushing. Netflix down big after earnings. It was down over 7.5%. Now it's only down 4.5%. Tezzy had a nice bounce, but it's getting sold off. PLTR straight down. All right, so a little weakness here at the open. Even the indices are just dipping a little bit, but some of these stocks are selling off. Intel, super strong. Intel's up over 7%. It's the strongest on my board now. S&P trying to get back above pre-market highs. Big bounce in SNDK, big bounce in MU. MU back up near pre-market highs. AMD pausing at previous day high again. I'm going to load up some calls on IWM. These are going to be the 1DTE options. 266 calls. I'm going to take IWM. 266 calls. Kind of pushed, kind of chased it a little bit with that push right as I was right as I was entering, but got filled at $1.33 on those 266 calls in IWM. I just kind of liked it better than any stocks that I see. MU had a nice bounce. SNDK back up into that pre-market range. I'll put my first profit target in IWM at $1.50. SPY and QQQ dipping now. IWM still holding. I'm actually going to raise that profit target to, let's go $1.55. If that thing pops, I'd like to get a little bit more. Don't like my fill on IWM. It kind of popped just as I was entering, but still acting strong. AMD rejecting previous day high again. MU kind of rejecting pre-market highs. PLTR weak. Looked like we had some momentum getting ready to kick in IWM, but little dip. S&P through lows, NASDAQ through lows. Bitcoin holding up okay. IWM holding up okay. MU looking like it may want to pop back up through pre-market highs. MU would be another one I would consider if I wasn't in IWM. All right, so dips getting bought up a little bit in S&P and NASDAQ. IWM just sitting there. MU looks like it wants to go. There goes MU pushing. Anybody get in MU? I just like to be in one position at a time, so I'm sticking with IWM for now.
Order cancelled. Order filled. Order partially filled.
I would have liked to see IWM push through highs on this little bounce in the S&P and NASDAQ, but it's just kind of stalling now. MU pumping. Beautiful pump in MU. SMH pushing through highs of day. AMD going to try for previous day high again. SNDK made a quick flush, but back up to pre-market highs almost. I think that's a new all-time high in MU, maybe? Nope, not yet. Previous day high will also be a new all-time high in MU if it gets there. About that 381.56 level. Don't like the action in IWM. Looked like it wanted to lead the way up, and then it just kind of stalled. AMD back above previous day high. I'm going to do a quick cut on IWM if it doesn't bounce here, because I got in kind of near the high as it was pushing up. AMD trying to reclaim that previous day high. Let's see, what are banks doing? They must not be doing well. Oh, they're decent. Usually if banks are pushing, IWM is, but Intel up over 8.5% now. I was thinking about adding that to the wheel today, but that's up too much for me to enter. IWM just kind of chopping. AMD looks like it may want to run. Got rejected a couple times at previous day high, but now it's making a run through. All right, IWM still holding. Need an extension through highs up to that 266 level. S&P approaching highs of day. NASDAQ still bouncing. Apple around unchanged. Amazon still previous day low. Google bounced. Tesla trying to bounce again. Netflix moving up. Only down 3.5% now after earnings. All right, IWM making another run towards highs of day. Let's see if we can get that pop. First profit target's at $1.55. MU still chopping near highs. AMD creeping up towards its previous high of day. Bitcoin just kind of chopping. AMD still pushing. MU ticking new highs. SNDK is just kind of chopping near pre-market highs. So S&P and Russell both ticking through highs of day, but not a lot of momentum here. Trump Daddy still talking? Yep, sure is. I don't know what he was supposed to start at 7, an hour before the market opened. I don't know if he got started on time or not, but he's still going, even after his 3-hour speech yesterday. Oh, Trump Daddy. He's like a stand-up comedian. All right, now we're getting a little pump out of S&P and NASDAQ. Russell giving it a go. Come on. Pump it. Pump it. I'm going to move my profit target to $1.50. Ah, rejected again. No follow through. AMD still chopping just below highs. Tesla getting a little bounce. It's through highs of day, almost up to pre-market highs. Tesla's been getting beat down. It's about due for one of those rip-your-face-off rallies, I think.
Order filled.
S&P, NASDAQ still going. IWM
Order
needs
partially
to extend.
filled.
It's not leading. Like
Order
I
filled.
hoped. Not like it looked like it was going to. SMH approaching previous day high. AMD still pushing up towards its previous high of day. IWM rejecting again. PLTR finally bouncing. Flush previous day low. Nice little bounce. SNDK still moving through highs. AMD getting ready to pop to highs of day. There's a new high for AMD. All right, now we got Qs and SPY popping. IWM doing nothing. Don't like that. I may have to cut that one. Just not showing the momentum. PLTR all the way back up to unchanged. Chips are moving. Google's pumping. Tesla almost up to pre-market highs. MU up to highs. Amazon, nice bounce off yesterday's low all the way back into the green. Meta trying to go green. Nvidia through pre-market highs. SNDK still pushing new highs. IWM still holding. It's just not showing anything. S&P, NASDAQ still extending. AMD. I kind of hesitated on AMD just because it kept rejecting at previous day high. It rejected pretty hard that first time, but that reclaim up back above it was nice. If anyone was able to catch that. And then MU just below pre-market high would have been a nice one as well. Meanwhile, I'm stuck in some IWM chop. See if it can make up. IWM approaching highs of day again. See if it can pop through. Needs to play a little catch up with SPUs and Qs. Chips pumping. SNDK, AMD, MU. IWM pausing at highs again. Qs and S&P pumping. S&P's up 0.7%. QQQ about the same. Russell's up 1.25%, so stronger on a percentage basis, but just because of the stronger pre-market move, hasn't shown the strength since the open. Still have my profit target in IWM at $1.50. It's currently trading at about $1.44. Just need another little push up. It's getting there. Getting close. It hit $1.49. It's touching my target. It's touching it. Needs to push through. PLTR, nice bounce. Tesla approaching pre-market high. If I could hit a profit target, I'd... All right, there's $1.50, finally. First profit target in IWM. So if I can find an entry, I'd like to get in Tesla. Kind of had that initial flush, but popped right back up. It's right below pre-market highs. Google's pumping. Netflix pumping. Netflix is only down 3%. Our butterfly may still be in business by Friday. If Netflix can keep on cranking. Getting out of that little gap down. AMD, what a nice move that one was. Amazon popped all the way back up. Apple's doing nothing. Nice bounce in Meta. Nice bounce in Microsoft. Nvidia is right here at pre-market highs. Nvidia might be another one. Chips are kind of strong here. Tesla just popped through. IWM still creeping near highs. Let's see, I've got 16 contracts left. I'll put in another 9. Put in another profit target with 9 of them at $1.70. Bitcoin just kind of choppy. SNDK is rolling over a little bit. Tesla popping. Kind of Looked like that was about to happen. Be back in 1 minute. All right, IWM still creeping. Next profit target's at $1.70. It's up to about $1.56. Let's see. Let me check the chat here. Make sure I didn't miss anything. I kind of have to ignore it while I'm trading because I get distracted. You guys are distracting. Dark Avenger, why is tomorrow's SPX IV higher than Friday's? Tomorrow is core PCE. My guess is that would be why. Nice trade on the. Was that a put vertical, Watson? Yeah, put credit spread. Nice. All right, so Tesla, a little dip back to pre-market highs. I'm going to load up some 427.5. I'll do the 430 calls in Tesla. If Tesla starts to show a little strength here off of pre-market highs, I'm going to take the 430 calls. Nvidia's still chopping around pre-market high as well. I'm going to load up some NVIDIA calls as well, just in case. NVIDIA, I would trade the 182 half calls. IWM new highs. Bitcoin trying to make new highs. S&P, NASDAQ at high. Tesla's kind of popping tiny bit.
Order filled.
It would be the 430 calls in Tesla. Just kind of chopping right now. Nvidia dipping tiny. I want to see a little bit of an aggressive bounce here on one of those, right at the pre-market high level. MU still holding previous day high. AMD still at highs. Tezzy looks like it may want to go, but it's not ready yet. Nvidia still dipping a little bit. Bitcoin pushing. MSTR pushing. Watson, jump on while you can. AMD is a beast. Missed that one. Missed that one while IWM was chopping around. All right, Tesla might be ready. All right, I'm taking Tesla. On the 430 calls, filled at 350. First profit target's at $4 in Tesla. I may move that down a little bit. Let's see what price does here. See what it does at highs of day, if it pops through or if it kind of stalls again. S&P, NASDAQ, Russell just kind of pausing. Nvidia still dipping right at pre-market highs. Amazon rolling over. Goog staying strong. MSTR chopping right at the previous high of day here. Netflix still staying strong. Bitcoin, let's see, what is that level? Oh, that's kind of overnight highs in Bitcoin, just pushed above. Well, with Intel up as much as it is, I may do I may add Netflix to my wheel. I like how it's reacting after earnings. Gap down, so it's still down some, but it's acting like it wants to get it back. I'll look later. Tesla trying to push back up to highs. Come on, Tezzy. Come on, Tezzy. Tezzy, come on. Just kind of testing the waters. Testing the highs of day. Seeing if it wants to run or not. Nvidia's still dipping. Netflix still moving. Netflix is only down 2.5%. Was down 7.5% pre-market. Still looking for my second profit target in IWM. Looking for a first PT in Tezzy. Goog still pushing. MU pushing new highs, all-time highs. AMD still near highs a day. SMCI was strong early. It's rolling over. AVGO rolling over. Another tick through highs, but no follow through yet on Tesla. Yeah, banks acting fairly strong. They kind of opened up around unchanged, but all up over 1%. Well, JP Morgan's up 0.5%. Goldman's up 1.5%. Bank of America's up over 1%. Intel still flying, up almost 10%. Should have gotten in that one yesterday, Dark Avenger. I think it may be approaching all-time highs, if not there. Yes, well, I don't know if it's all-time highs, but hit a high in December of last year. There's Tesla hitting 170, first profit target. Or no, that wasn't Tesla, that was IWM. Sorry. IWM hit 170. There's Tesla at $4, hitting its first profit target. Yeah, how about that bouncing UNG for us? It was way in the money. Those short puts were way in the money. Now we're having to roll them up. 25% back-to-back days in natural gas. MSTR pushing through highs. All right, getting a little rally going now. S&P, NASDAQ through highs. Let's see, did NVIDIA ever pop? Yeah, it's popping. A little poppy pop. Let's see, I didn't catch that. What was the expected move? Krish says 40.57. I guess I'll believe Krish today. $40.57. Yep, push through it. It's right at it right now. Well, IWM made me wait, but it's come back and completely redeemed itself.
Order partially filled. Order filled. Order cancelled.
Let's see, my first big tranche got the call side stopped, but that's the only stop so far. All right, so IWM, I have 7 left. S&P, NASDAQ, little pop, and then coming down a little bit. Tesla, I hit $4 on my first profit target. It's right there at about 390. Tesla, I've got 7 left. I'm going to put a profit target to take off 4 more Tesla at 450. Little dip in IWM. Little dip in the indices. Little dip in Bitcoin. Little pause or dip on everything. Russell is up 1.3%. Whereas the S&P and NASDAQ are up a little less than 0.8%. Yeah, look at this. Look at this UNG. Cash secured put. 2 days ago, UNG was at $10. Deep in the money. Now it's at 13.5, and we got to roll our puts up. Everything looking good on the wheel today, except for silver's down a little bit, but we've done good on silver. Tesla's still holding near highs. Let's see if we can get one more leg up here. Tesla making a move through highs. Meta, big bounce. Nvidia, still not much of an extension away from pre-market highs. Apple trying to bounce and stay green. Amazon trying to go green. Google, little pullback. AMD still at highs. MU still at highs. SMH at highs. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap the stream. I will post my exits on Tesla and IWM in the trade channel. 2 for 2 this morning. 3 for 3 yesterday. Don't call it a win streak. I'll see if there's anything else that kind of comes up that I like. I do have to be away from my office for a couple hours today, meeting with, I don't know if you guys, if any of you guys were part of the, what's it called? OPEC calendar class. I was talking about the technology guy who kind of developed some of the automated trading systems for a company called TradeBot. Meeting with him, having lunch with him today. Trying to put together some cool stuff for you guys, but so I won't be trading kind of midday. So these will probably be my last 2 day trades, and then might try to sneak in an Elmo. Tesla pushing. Got my profit target at 450. It's at 445. Come on, hit it. 450 in Tesla. Very nice. IWM is dipping. So we'll see if that can hold up. All right, all. I'm going to wrap the stream here. We'll see everyone in Power Hour. Have a good day. Cheers.